Hopefully YouTube doesn't fuck up, because there's been problems with YouTube past couple of days apparently. Not on my stream in particular, but people have been having issues watching. Put desktop audio slightly down. Alright. What is this? Oh, it's XIII free frame rate, gotcha. Honestly, give me some boss fight music. I mean, I know Patros is boss fight music, but still. So we're just gonna do some try and get a run in the next hour or so. Wait until 6 p.m. Start recording just in case, I guess. Just make sure I have everything. Okay, let's do the shit. I'm not gonna worry about using the RNG table. We're just gonna vibe. I was almost about to summon Anima there because I'm so used to doing Earth Vita and Katos grinding on my Vita currently. Stop. No lol. I feel like you can potentially get a haste here on Sandy's next turn if you play correctly, but because I don't know the RNG table off by heart, I'm just gonna vibe. Beautiful physical, by the way. Wow, 2 physicals in a row. Love to see it. Whoa, Anima, are you okay? Are we? Do you need to chill? Yo, quad 6s on Mindy right now. Hail Satan, kind of. Okay, there it is. We all know pain was gonna come in the end. Yo, Parcase, don't kill Cindy, please, one time. That's horrible. Okay. Kirika. I mean, I appreciate it. Oh shit, well. One haste in a dream, apparently. God damn it. Well, shit happens, I guess. This song's a bit too smoothing for my like right now. Let me change it. Intruders. It's a good song, but it's a bit too chill for me right now. Need something a bit more going, you know. You guys see my tracker and timer? Yes, you do. It's just my chat box in the way. Disco, welcome in, man. How y'all doing, man? Might make my chat box slightly wider as well, to be fair. Uni-def, unfortunate. Walker survives that gravity, thanks to other region. He doesn't survive the next one, though, is the worrying thing. Of course. He survives the next one now, though. About to do trio there. Probably for the best. Stop killing Uni, please, one time. Cool, gravity. Perfect. Okay, so, oh my god. Let's hope we get some good luck here. Cindy definitely needs the good luck. Okay, perfect. Please don't die immediately. What time's it here? It's currently 10 past. Well, my PC clock's actually semi-fast for some reason. 5 past 5 currently PM. So we got like 55 minutes before I'm gonna go live with the reaction. I thought a good like hour buffer would be nice, just so people can like get in and etc. Or I'll probably keep the video like the stream live anyway. I'm not gonna like unlist it or private it or anything like that, like I usually do. End stream right there, we're gonna hang out a bit afterwards. See how I feel. I mean, I am pretty tired, but I do feel like an after party of attempting Dark Anima would be fun. Yeah, I don't know exactly how it's gonna go down. I don't know, because reaction content isn't really my style, so I don't know exactly what I don't know exactly what my input will entail if I need to at all, because I'm sure Sweelman done a fantastic job of the video, so my input is probably very invalid, to be honest, but, you know, it's something that I care about, so I should probably watch it. Yeah, exactly. Don't think of it as reaction content for sure. Again, I'm not making a video of it either. It's just more for you guys, the viewers, just to see like my input, etc. Forgot to put input rounds. To be fair, it wasn't even my idea to even blind react to the stream. It was Raging's idea, and a couple of others inputted as well. I was just gonna watch the video when it went live, and it went live last night, and I could have watched it like 3 times already, but I've waited. I've waited. Have you watched it yet, Disco? I've already had a couple people like comment on one of my videos saying like, "Hear from Sweelman's videos," so very appreciative of that. Yeah, it dropped around midnight for me last night. But as much as I wanted to watch it right there and then, I was I was like, no, it's probably be better to just do it live. Welcome in, RPG. And reaction isn't going to start till 6 PM my time. I did put that in the title, right? Would have watched it immediately if I didn't see you were streaming. Well, I appreciate you watching me streaming first. Very appreciated. You're one of the goats, Disco, of the channel. One of the OG people. I can't exactly do much on this turn. I'm kind of risking losing Cindy here. We're just gonna vibe out though. Physical is insane. Okay, big booty drop. And I think if this was Sandy, I would have risked trying to defense here, but I'm just gonna bounce. Because Riku's so far away. You're a gym class at 6. Well, the stream's not gonna go down at all RPG. It's gonna be, it'll still be there live. So you can always watch the VOD if you want to. I know it's not quite the same watching live and having your own input as well, but. Okay, perfect. I think we can just gym here. You know what? For just a chill vibes run before reacting to the video, this is actually a pretty decent run so far. I'm not gonna lie. Wakashagi. Whoosh. That was a low roll, unfortunately. What I probably should have done was went live like half an hour before, maybe. Like a whole hour before is might be difficult for people. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like an hour leeway was gonna be fine, but I don't know. The one time I do schedules too. To be fair, it was a very late schedule, right? I announced it this morning. Uni. I might have to open up my window when I get a second, just because it's pretty warm in here. You can swap Titus so you can swap his weapon. Okay, that triggers the Titus game here, that's fine. Titus being the scapegoat is fine for me. Alright, so we are like, I'm gonna dismiss around here, 7,000. Or if something goes bad with the sisters, we just need to vibe. Pray here would actually be a bad idea just because, well, I don't have Shell, but if I did have Shell, like so, hold on. Garbage. I was gonna say if I did have Shell, Cindy can survive one, but that's what it is. That's cool. It's actually getting kind of smoothly, not gonna lie. Probably should one more time, huh? Oh well. I feel like dismissing is the right call here. Gravity. Double gravity, that's insane. Do the triple. The triple gravity, bro, let's go. Crazy, man, crazy. I could get the Rika Unicombo. Is it worth it just for that extra chip? You never know when you can get damage again with the sisters though, so maybe you should just take it while it's the heart rate. This is a toughie. Or if we get another gravity, potential like trio. Oh my fucking god. Alright, trio baby. Beautiful. Walker probably done more damage than the sisters could have done as well, and we somehow sponged a gravity as well. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, we sack Jim. Yo, Cactu! Good luck, good luck. Thanks for the good luck. Welcome in. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Kazuka! Whoosh! 44, not bad. You know what? A run that's on a time limit? This isn't doing too shabby, to be fair. Hell yeah, play darts, do the Kazuka throw. Fucking swag, man. You throw those darts with that swagger, Disco. Hell yeah. Gravity's going insane, still. That's like 5 in a row? Okay. Riku down. Yuna gets a turn. Riku is pretty down there, so let's not go too ham with our turns. Just take it one Dark Anima turn at a time. RKL, thanks for the good luck. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. 255 agility is not required. It caps at 170. For the longest time I thought 255 was capped, but after watching Dan Squag and then Coryphean confirming, 170 is cap. You need to go to 170. Which is nice, because it's less grinding. Yeah, I finished my horse's agility the other day. I had to do my agility twice because my PS Vita decided to reset. Because if you knock the SIM card, rip paste by the way. If you knock the SIM card in my PS Vita, it actually resets the console because everything's tied to that, like memory wise, which is kind of cringe. Yo, he's out of nowhere. Oh, back on Cindy. That's kind of cringe, though. Alright. Auto. Got the auto back. Cindy and Sandy's locked the fuck in, guys. Whereas Mindy's fucking taking a break. Well, back to square one again. Alright, try again. Try again, baby. Hell yeah. Hey, Sandy's goated. I don't trust a do as you will. Perfect. One more time the auto. And this should be the last Dark Anima turn of this turn. I kind of need to chill after this. Physical, go insane, or just pain. Oh yeah, okay. I had a feeling. We couldn't dodge gravities forever. That's rough, man. Haste. Cindy. I am going to dismiss. I know I can one more time the auto life here. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just be super safe. Let's be super safe. Although, I say super safe, if Yuna dies, there's a high chance that we just wipe here, because Riku's turn is like all the way down here. Like, you can't even see Riku's next turn on the Aeons versus Anima Sphere Grid. Sphere Grid CTP. Gravity all the way, baby. Let's see it. And I have Trio in the back too. I don't know if I'm allowed... I think I'm allowed to push attack rails once. Let me just make sure this does 9,000 before I click this button. Pretty sure it's Trio still. Nice. There it is. Man, that is some numbers. 619... 619? Yo, shout out to Rey Mysterio, let's go. 619, 869. Yo, 69, hell yeah. This runs the go. Ooh, this is Valor. Yeah. Alright. Alright, go did run, go did run. Hold on. My Battle for is Chris, she has 180 luck. Lovely high roll. What time is it currently? My clock is... On my computer, my clock is about 5-6 minutes ahead. For some reason. For some unknown reason. I'm just trying to be wary of the 6 PM mark. If this run's still live by then, I'm not sure if I want to keep going. Like, obviously, I won't, like dismiss the run, but I might have to just, like, call an audible and be like, oh, we're gonna just pause the run here for a second. Because that'd be very anticlimactic. Like, I would probably want to keep going to the finish, however long that might be. Like, imagine being Dark Anima then reacting to Dr. Sweelman's vid. Imagine. Imagine the outcry. It's alright, Dark Anima is putting a stop to any of those dreams anyway. We had a good run. Walker was about to get a turn there, that's kind of cringe. Okay, Yuna gets a turn here. She's not hasted though, so... Oh, I think Riku might get a turn here as well. Yeah, so I have a choice. I can either keep going to those ticks, or I just like defend and shit. I think we try and take this. We have two in haste. We try and push this as far as we can. Obviously, anything I do is a risk, so... It's a good run, though. Good run. Surprised I wasn't Katasada off the rip. Okay, there's gravity, rip paste. 5,000 HP, Sandy. Jesus. Okay, finally get the shell on Cindy after all this time. Broke 2 mil. That's good. That's nice. Beats beat him Reset City, for sure. Yo! Wrong person. But still, pretty decent result. Okay, physical go huge here. Holy crap! Okay, I need to chill. Kiraga? Huge? Oh, we're cooking. Holy bananas. Okay, I need to chill the fuck out. Who's next? Can I one more time the Kiraga? Okay. The greed. Holy crap. Keep Kiragaing, try and keep Sandy alive. I might as well get the Protect on everyone. Fully buffed. Holy shit, dude. Can I get away with this? Just. I have to dismiss here, though. Right now. Right now. That is always risky. It always feels so tight, but fuck me. Alright. Yeah, we somehow gotta run. I just turned the game on, and the game gifted me whatever the fuck this run is. Welcome in, Carrie. Jesus. I swear I've never seen all buffs enabled on the sisters at once. I'm missing Nullol. I haven't seen... Oh wait, I had Nullol at the very start of the fight. Okay, I have seen Nullol today. I was about to say I haven't seen Nullol yet. Okay. I didn't look at Sandy's HP in particular, though. She might still die to a gravity by, like, a few HP. Or she might survive by a few HP. It's very tight. Killing the girls. Edmund's going wild. It's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but you know it's bad when Walker gets the first turn of the round. Because Walker got... Ooh, wait, Tidus still has Trio. Alright, Tidus, do your thing. Crazy. Instant refill Tidus. I'm not liking the girls getting wombo comboed though. Oh no, dude, don't say it. Don't let it end this way, man. Okay, Tidus down. I need a gravity break. Need a couple of gravities. Oh! I think Riku gets a turn here. Sure does. Another gravity will just kill Tidus. Chillin'. Chillin'. Okay, alright. We're chillin'. Mulligan, but we're chillin'. Going to round 8. Am I just sacking here? Sack horse so Riku gets an instant turn, I guess. Get close to Riku's next turn. Although Yuno would still be 3 turns behind no matter what. I feel like the instant like Dark Mana turn is worth though. Arrow Spark for Flash. Just for the flare. Boom! 53. That's a low roll, right? 53? Oh well. I wonder if doing a physical attack is actually more than Arrow Spark, believe it or not. Get this done right here and simply reply to Dr. Sweelman. Hey, am I going to remake the video? Nah, he'll just remake the thumbnail. I've seen the thumbnail, but I haven't seen the video yet. 24 years, 1 win. That's crazy to think about. But the challenge for this, I would imagine, didn't really start until like 2006, 2005, 2006, if I had to guess. But we'll see, we'll see. The history of Dark Anima is in a video form. And I can see my predecessors, my ancestors, if you will, see who tried and fell to the behemoth that is Dark Anima. The Founding Fathers. Yeah, that's probably a better word. Alright, so Riku's like down here, so I need to chill. But we can just do a lot of damage. Sandy can survive a gravity. Cindy is kind of fucked. She can survive a physical, that's about it. Look at all these turns. Prey actually would go huge here, actually. Probably should, just in case. Let's just fight. Pandora, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I'm sure you've watched the video. Whereas I have not quite yet. Alright, physical will get huge, obviously. 40-20. Oh, 420 Blaze! Dude, what is this run? What is this? What is happening? I don't understand. I need to chill though, because Riku's turn's like very far down in the order. Can I do one more? We're at 50%. I can do 55 and 65. I think I'm able to do one more. But we have to dismiss basically immediately after. Of course. -1 haste. Who's it gonna be? Looks like Sandy, I think. No, my most healthiest Aeon, of course. Oh, God. No ticks happen here, so I can do this prey for free. Just trying to gather some health back. And fucking God, what the actual shit? I need to fucking go. I need to go. I need to go. I need to go. Please don't die. Not like this. I think that's GG. I think we need 2 gravities from here. I think we just lost. Walk of luck. Come on, gravity, one time. It wasn't meant to be, man. Oh my God. That was so insane. I can't fucking believe that just happened, dude. Holy fuck. Like, there was nothing I could have done. Nothing I could have done. That's so cringe. We were like on, like we had like the grasp of greatness, and just like that, Dark Anima just rips it away in a heartbeat. Jesus. What a fucking run. That was only 8 rounds as well. Maybe that was the 9th round. I might have miscounted. Jesus. That's crazy. Well, I still got 20-ish minutes till I was gonna go live with the reaction. My Vita's downstairs and I haven't transferred save data, so I guess we're just gonna... I guess I'll just monkey around a bit and do, like, see how far Shiva can go. Not to take it too seriously. Do some Shiva clown runs. Dark Anima just takes and takes and takes. You're damn right she does. The rehaste always means it's death. That's so... You know what? You're probably right. Every time I see haste, like, on the previous round, it's just like, oh, you just auto-die. Yeah, welcome in, Blades. Saw the video this morning, great stuff. Hell yeah, man. I haven't seen it yet. As you can tell by the title, Blind Reaction, but yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I don't know how I'll react to it. I'm not really a reaction kind of guy. I'm not really a fan of, like, reaction videos, but because it's something that I've been doing for, like, almost a decade now, I feel like a reaction should happen, I feel. And I can add anything that Sweelman might have missed, but I'm sure he done a fantastic job, because he always does. He just does gold content constantly. He's like the guy. He's like the GOAT. Yeah, we're just chilling, we're just vibing. By the way, no pain. See, this fight's easy. Pain doesn't exist. When pain doesn't exist, it's fine. Yeah, right, the sisters would have been auto-dead immediately. Crazy. I am slowly raising Ixion's defense and HP. Her speed's already 170, her defense is around 150-ish, and her HP's around like 15,000, so I still got a long way to go. HP's the big one, unfortunately, as we all know. Well, technically luck is the big one, but you know what I mean. I can't believe that run, man. That was like another, like, Burke run in a way, but I wasn't, like, hasted. I only had Cindy haste from the start, and I was surprised she lasted so long. And then once Cindy died and lost her haze, Sandy just locked the fuck in. And unfortunately, Dark Anima just does what Dark Anima does best and just kills everything. Yeah, the Triple Magnesis Hasted sounds like a really awkward but fun puzzle fight. It'd be interesting what you could cook up to actually beat that. Obviously, it isn't just Auto Phoenix spam and just spam Mindy, like I said in Discord. With the sisters having like, what, 3 turns each, it's a lot more awkward. The sisters get 6 turns and they only get Auto Phoenix. Yeah, yeah, that's the awkward part. I can see the awkwardness. So you need to somehow survive, but at the same time, just like not die at the same time. Obviously, Death Proof from Pasado. Razia just does so much. Kamisari dispels every buff and drains all your magic points. It's a very annoying fight for sure. Surviving and not die. Yeah, tell me about it. I try and do that every day when fighting this. Unfortunately, dying seems to be much easier than surviving, apparently. 15 minutes, and then we can do a reaction. I wonder if she will survive long enough. 15 minutes from now. Trio, so kind of waste of space. Just guard. Riku getting womboed constantly. Is what it is. Gravity will be going pretty huge here. Nope, just another Riku death. Okay. I mean, we get to summon Shiva, but we need to like dismiss like at 70%. My goat, my queen. Alright, surviving. Wow, that's crazy. Still alive, huh? I'm gonna heal, and we're gonna bounce here. Because I feel like if I push more, then Riku won't get a turn. Because we're currently at like 55% overdrive right now. Yeah, about 55. Yo, gravity. Wow, gravity train. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Ruggy! We can just need to survive the next turn, which we can always do, thank goodness. Alright, Shiva Strat's sort of working. If you can believe it, Shiva Strat's actually working out. You just don't do as much damage fast is the issue. But as long as pain doesn't happen, it's a bit more consistent, right? She's not worried about doing buffs and then been up too long, unfortunately. Gonna pass out before the react. Gonna only get a look in the temp. So thanks, Cactus. Sorry about you being up too long. Have a good sleep. If you want to see the react, the VOD will still be up on the channel. I'm not gonna like delist it or delete it or anything. I'm not gonna make a video out of it though. I don't feel like making a video out of someone else's video is cool anymore. I'm only doing it because it's a challenge that means a lot to me, and I put a lot of input into it in the last decade-ish. So I feel like that allows me to bypass my not liking reaction streams, reaction content. Oh wow, Walker getting overturned. Goddamn. Jorge, let's go! Walker the goat. One day we'll find out if that 4-hit really matters. Walker just getting womboed out there. I don't know if I'm allowed to dark matter toss here. I mean, you know what? Let's do the dark matter toss again. What I was gonna say was I don't know if I'm allowed to do the dark matter toss and like Valfor here, like double cast. I could double cast, but I always live here no matter what. Okay, Riku does die. This isn't quite enough for Valor for Sonic Wings into Dark Attack, unfortunately, so let's just Anima, I guess. My Anima doesn't do crits all the time, so depending. Oh. I just sacked her anyway. Okay, no worries. I wasn't paying attention. I'll show you what a real Oblivion looks like. normal Anima. Feel my wrath. You ready for this? Perish now. Bitch, I lived! Now pain, please. Oh, I physicaled. Holy. Okay, there we go. Bye. I wasn't supposed to sack Anima there. I was supposed to just do a normal physical, but there you go. Sometimes it'd be that way. Into the Riku death again. Riku is loving dying at the minute, apparently. I can't really go too ham here. Couldn't even do a million before Shiva went down. Crazy. Well, I'd still be like 120,000 shy because if I didn't do Oblivion, so yeah. Is what it is, man. Walk with the 4 hit again, let's go. Repeat, Riku. I was about to say Yuna. God damn. I'm dumb. So I survive no matter what here. Potentially Val 4 as long as Tyus doesn't die, which he doesn't. Hey, another sub 7, I guess. We done 1 million damage. The easiest damage of them all. It's kind of crazy how sometimes you're just stuck in Reset City and you can't even do 1 million damage sometimes. Alright, so according to my computer it is 6 PM, but it is, my computer is like 5 minutes fast, so I'll give it 5 more minutes. I'm stuck in a time warp. I don't know what the real time is, guys. Reset happens IRL too. Yeah. Sometimes it'd be like that, right? Same shit, different day. I get that a lot with work. Let's just see what the sisters can do from here, I guess. See if I somehow get like a haste or some shit. There's a reason why you want to summon the sisters first, because you want to get maximum turns from the very start. Getting auto like Cindy fast is pretty nice though. Yeah, that seems about right. That seems about right. And there's the gravity, cool. no haste. Okay, I need to bounce here. I mean, the fight, it doesn't matter because we're fucking this attempt off in a second. This is a funky song. I haven't heard this in game yet. Oh, do I just die here? That'd be funny, because that would actually make sense. You know what? Let's just die in style, right? I could keep going if I want, but because this is like a clown run anyway, might as well just end on a clown run. Final tally of this run, almost 1,500. Not bad. Okay. Allow me just to get a drink of water real quick. Refill my waters, I should say. I do have a drink of waters here. And then we'll get started on the react. I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gents. Actually, I'll take a swig right now. Are we ready to see the masterpiece that Sweelman has created? Let me just input my current time right now. Because I'm a sad bastard who saves in a notepad of my current time. Although it's not accurate because like shit happens, you know. Yo, Carrie, congrats on beating them. Just got a little lucky in the end. Sometimes you just need a little luck in these fights. Sometimes it isn't just like a straight fight that takes precision. Sometimes you need a little luck. Alright. Let us begin. Genova, shut the fuck up, please. Dr. Sweelman. This might be the Final Fantasy X's most insane challenge. I guess he's doing the whole title thing where he has two different titles, because this title was different earlier, which ain't a bad thing. Because yeah, this is probably Final Fantasy X's most insane challenge. I agree.
In 2000.
Okay. Are we ready for... Make sure we have the ultimate HD quality. So, just a little context for those who don't know. I've been doing this for... I've been attempting this challenge for, like, since 2017. I've been grinding my aeons since 2017. And, I thought I would have done it by now, not gonna lie. So, when Sweelman actually reached out and actually needed, like, some research and my story, apparently he might have included my story in the video as well, so I'm just gonna do a slight recap. Basically, been doing attempts since 2020 because I thought 130 luck would be enough. But we need constant critical hits to actually do real damage in this fight, because every bit of damage we need is... we just need so much damage, because Dark Anima just kills everything in an instant. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling and allow the Doctor himself to take the floor. By all means, let's do it. Tell me if... I'm gonna raise the audio, desktop audio, on your end so you can hear it a bit better. Hopefully I'm not talking too loudly. Hopefully he's not overpowering me. Let's do this. It's only about half an hour long, which I was surprised about. I thought this would be an hour long, but apparently he's abbreviated strats and stuff, so I could probably go into more detail, but here we go. Let's do this. You have the floor, Sweelman.
In 2001, Final Fantasy X was released to most of the world with huge success, and it quickly became a series favorite for many. Not long after its release, gaming message boards were alive with topics covering how to beat the game, why people hated Blitzball so much, and most importantly, who was the best waifu.
Of course,
However,
the waifus.
There were others who claimed the game was too easy, so it wasn't long before people found ways to get the challenge they were looking for. The first of these was No Sphere Grid. In 2002, people started to claim they beat Final Fantasy X without the game's iconic leveling system, giving details about how they did it. Over the years, the NSG challenge has not only become one of the most iconic in the entire Final Fantasy series, but it also serves as a gateway to more difficult ones. As a result,
like
the
that
documentation and community support
the ultimate No
NSG...
Sphere Grid. I hate doing this. This is why I hate reaction content, because they pause like every like 10 seconds to have their input. But yeah, I only did my first ever No Sphere Grid back in 2015, and that same save file is the same save file I'm trying to defeat Dark Anima with, and it's over 10 years old, so there's a reason why I've been trying to do this challenge for so goddamn long. And also to irradiate to the the Ultimate No Sphere Grid, the NSG, I can't say it,
iconic in the entire Final Fantasy series, but it also serves as a gateway to more difficult...
This guy right here. I can't say that without looking at it, but I recently have beaten this challenge. I was like the 6th person to do it, apparently. Carrie actually has some notes on his game facts board of like who's done it, which is really, really cool. I didn't realize he had a tally of who's done it. And Cryptic, he's maybe he's watching right now, but Cryptic, this is Cryptic, who was in chat, who sometimes pops in. He's also completed this challenge too. There he is, Cryptic. He's also completed this challenge too, and he's number 7. which is really, really cool that this challenge didn't get beaten for like the longest time, and then like two of us within a year just like came out of nowhere and just beat it. And this is a really, really fun challenge, honestly. Like, people say this is like too grindy. I actually really enjoyed this challenge, despite the grind. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about.
Ones. As a result, the documentation and community support has made NSG not as tough as it was in years past. In fact, people even speedrun this category, showing how far it's come over the past 25 years. But there are bosses in this challenge that are much harder than the rest, and one of these comes from the game's international release back in May of 2002. This version, which the FF10 HD remaster is based off of, has an expanded leveling system and many balance changes. Even more importantly, this version adds several super bosses to the game. These are the Dark Aeons, which are the evil counterparts to the summons that Yuna gets from each Temple of Yevon.
The best
These bosses
are
difficult
in
if
the
you're
series,
unprepared, which is most of the time since they jump scare unsuspecting players after they spawn. Now, imagine fighting these bosses without any sphere grid upgrades. Surprisingly, it only took a few months for someone to beat most of these Dark Aeons, but there was one that remained undefeated, and it would stay that way for a long time. This is Dark Anima, and this is the story of the quest to defeat this complete nightmare of a boss with no steer grid and no Zanmato.
My purgatory.
This year,
my purgatory.
100,000 subscribers on this channel. If you enjoy my videos and want to see more like these, it would mean the world to me if you hit the subscribe button.
Hit that like,
join me on my
subscribe.
quest to learn all about these
Like and
amazing
subscribe
RPG challenges
to
and
Dr. Sweelman.
speedruns.
I'm gonna
Grab
like
a
this
glass of
video
water,
right this second.
And let's get into today's video.
I'm already subbed, so I don't need to worry about the sub bit.
In March of 2002, 3.5 months after the Western release of Final Fantasy X, users Dustman and Zaris posted a guide on GameFAQs detailing how to beat the game with no sphere grid thanks to a ton of input from the community. The early parts of the game are similar to a regular playthrough, but with more of a focus on using aeons like Valfor to be your damage dealers. It's not until you reach Sinspawn Gui where the difficulty ramps up. From here, people have to plan more aspects of their items, equipment, and overdrives to beat each boss. For example, Kimari's self-destruct overdrive he learns help dish out the damage needed to beat Sinspawn Gui.
Yeah, Sinspawn Gui is notoriously like a really long, tedious boss, but he's actually pretty easy
of 9999
for the most part.
And things like fire gems to dish out almost 50,000 damage in a turn. The only thing is you need a lot more than Brawn to finish an NSG playthrough. FF10's equipment abilities and customization system also play a huge role in any NSG run. Weapon abilities such as First Strike to always have that character go first in battle,
is
and
1000%
prevent
necessary.
ambushes are required to get through random encounters.
Initiative as well.
Armor abilities like Auto Haste, Auto Phoenix, and Auto Potion are essential to keep party members going against bosses, despite the lack of stats. With so many safety nets, it's no wonder that people wanted to move towards harder challenges that restricted things like overdrives and Aeon summons, but there were some people who wanted to beat
summons
every
are
boss
just
in the
so
regular
OP.
NSG challenge.
They're the reason that Dark
2002,
Aeons seem
a
possible.
well-known challenge community member by the name of Hypropant finished the No Sphere Grid Monster Arena FAQ, detailing strategies to beat the bosses in the Monster Arena located in the Calmlands. In November of the same year, another user by the name of Clink added strategies to take down the Dark Aeons. Outside of using Yojimbo's Zanmato to take them down, these fights required a lot of patience and a deep understanding of game mechanics to complete. Unfortunately, you couldn't just go into these fights and expect to win, even with the correct gear.
I fucking love that animation.
Requires
so
you
good.
to increase the stats of your Aeons. While you can't power up your own characters, NSG does allow you to power up your Aeons. This is done in two different ways. The amount of battles your party gets into naturally increases the stats of all Aeons up to a certain point, but you can also use spheres and other items to increase your stats after you get the Aeon Soul from Belgamine. Clink's strat here was to increase the stats of Anima to the point where she could be used as the main damage dealer against a lot of these Dark Aeons. This, in combination with some other strats used for survivability, allowed challengers to win most of these fights. When it came to take on Dark Anima though, this strat wasn't going to fly. In fact, this fight was a barrier that Clink couldn't overcome. Dark Anima...
Quick note. I love the fact that in different localizations, Oblivion is actually called Chaos, which is, I think, is a really cool language difference. It is basically the same thing, but I do like it's called Chaos in certain localizations.
Anima comes in with a whopping 8 million HP, the most out of all the Dark Aeons except for Yojimbo. If
Too much HP! Too much
Dark
HP!
Anima has 3 attacks that she has a 33% chance to use at any given time. Her regular attack that hits you with a Shattering Petrification and Curse, which is the most favorable choice.
Welcome in, Jikik.
Pain, an attack that inflicts instant death, even against Aeons. Then there's Mega Graviton, an area of effect spell that does damage proportional to 43.8% of each target's max HP. Like the other Dark Aeons, she has access to her overdrive in the form of Oblivion.
Oh no, it's me!
Attack that not only deals a ton of HP damage to the party, but also
this is like early days without the
to prep for this fight,
tracker as
Link
well.
wanted Titus, Wakka, and Riku to have first strike, evade and counter, triple overdrive, and alchemy on their weapons, and Yuna would just have evade and counter and alchemy. In terms of armor, Ribbon to make yourself immune to status effects was extremely important. Auto haste
Non-negotiable
and
without
auto phoenix were
Ribbon. Ribbon is
expected,
1000%
but another
necessary.
ability he wanted was auto regen. Regen gives automatic heals after each turn, giving you a good chance at surviving multiple Mega Gravitons in a row. If you're looking to deal meaningful damage with Aeons against Dark Anima, you need to grind for spheres that increase stats manually. As a reference, these are the stats that Clink wanted on his Anima by the time he got to the end of the Dark Aeons. These numbers are no joke, and involve fights with arena monsters like Katos to repeatedly
I believe this is actually my footage, chat. I believe that's actually my footage.
Hours, and that was just the grind out one Aeon. When it comes to battle strategy, it was the trio, deal as much damage as he could with multi-hit overdrives like Wakka's attack reels, and
This is
Titus'
Berg's.
dice.
This is Berg's
Switch
footage,
to
I
an
believe.
Aeon
Oh,
right
it's me
before
again!
Anima used Oblivion to take the hit. This is done with an Aeon's shield ability, reducing the damage from Oblivion immensely. He'd also bank on getting a hit or two in with an Aeon for extra damage output.
God, I look
specifically
like
the
an
Magus
asshole.
Sisters before Dark Anima got in the
I just
turn.
hate looking at myself.
Since there's 3 of them, this would be the best option for damage without risking the main party. Now, of course, these strategies depend on everything going completely right, and the chances of that are extremely slim. You're going into this with base stats for your characters, so compared to the active party, Dark Anima is extremely fast. When she manages to kill someone,
A
it'll
beautiful
be
boy,
4
400
turns
hours
before
ago.
that character gets another turn. Unless it's Riku, then you get 3, but that doesn't make much of a difference if you're constantly dying. So Clink had to hope that Dark Anima would consistently target Wakka, since he's really only there for additional damage. Dark Anima can also just repeatedly spam Mega Graviton, killing the party in just a few turns.
It is basically
Riku does
all
put
my
up
footage,
Hyper Mighty G at the start of the
which
fight,
is kind of
giving
funny.
the party Protect, Shell,
I guess I do have
Regen,
more
and Auto Life, but has to reapply every
footage
so
than
often
anybody
to
else
ensure
on the
Auto Life
internet
is
about this
consistently
fight, I
present.
guess.
Meaningful damage from party members isn't consistent, which is why Clink relies on the Magus Sisters for damage. This is a huge risk, since the Magus Sisters are not entirely controllable. Each sister has commands that let them randomly choose from a pool of attacks and abilities for them to use. Some of these commands even only show up after meeting certain criteria, like one of the sisters being under half HP. They also do a move that's literally just taking a break, meaning they do nothing and you die
Definitely
a
not
little
my
bit
footage.
inside.
Must be Silos.
Between that and using abilities you don't want to see, the sisters are both your best chance at winning this fight, and the main reason you'll want to throw your controller at the TV. Based on Clink's damage estimates and how things would work in an optimal run, he concluded that the fight could be finished in 23 rounds, or 23 Dark Anima Oblivions if everything went well. Given that Dark Anima could end your run for any reason at any time, the likelihood of this happening was extremely low.
This is so
To put it
baby
in
me, holy shit.
Dark Anima has a 2 out of 3 chance to use a move that will kill any party member. After the first round and losing your Hyper Mighty G status, you really want to resummon with Yuna as soon as possible, beating out the next Oblivion. You also don't want Riku and Yuna to die after that, letting Riku reapply her Hyper Mighty G and also letting Yuna summon again. This, combined with the RNG from the Magus Sisters, meant that winning this fight would take a ridiculous amount of luck. But the odds were not impossible. In fact, Blink shared the same sentiment, but he also believed that it could very well take someone a lifetime of attempts before winning.
That's me!
Blitz
Lifetime of
documented
attempts.
his
Let's go.
strategies, and in doing so,
2,000 hours.
he
Let's
gave
go.
the FF10 challenge community the tools they needed to take on Dark Anima.
The
Over
age
the
of
next few
innovation.
years, the challenge scene would become more popular and see a ton of growth. NSG challenges would expand to include things like no overdrives, no customization, and many other restrictions, but NSG Dark Anima would remain unbeaten. However, by around 2006 to 2007, there were a few prolific challengers working on the boss. Anorn, Blitzace 470, Manu Dude 02, XIII, and Dark Kefka.
My go, Dark
Blitz
Kefka.
and Manu Dude were known in the community as top-tier challenge runners, with Blitz clearing things like NSG and I. All the other runners had their own achievements, but Dark Kefka was a little bit different. He didn't have many contributions to these strategies, but by standing on the backs of existing giants, he spread the word of the NSG challenge to a wider audience on YouTube, getting more people into the community. In fact, I watched a few of DK's Dark Aeon NSG videos back in high school, thinking it was so cool that anyone could beat these bosses with no upgrades. In terms of attempts against Dark Anima, most information is lost to time. GameFAQs was a great hub for the challenge community, but up until 2008, forum threads would be purged after inactivity for a certain amount of time.
Let me just say real quick, if it wasn't for Dark Kefka, Dark Kefka is like the first Final Fantasy X player I actually came across while I was when I first looked on YouTube, and I was instantly hooked on his content and his style, and he gets a lot of shit for some reason, but I actually really like his way of like projecting himself and like not giving a fuck. It's really, really awesome. I know people don't like that, but I really liked it, and without him, I wouldn't be here personally, to be honest. And the only reason I didn't know Sphere Grid, actually, is because back in the day when the HD Remaster came out, he did an LP. And he did promise one day he'd do the No Sphere Grid LP as well, which he did do eventually a few years ago, but I was like, oh, maybe I should try a No Sphere Grid. I wonder how bad it could be. And I was just basically like no Sphere Grid. I didn't really put too many restrictions on myself. But as soon as I beat Unaleska, I was like, oh, let's actually try and fight super bosses. And then I went down the rabbit hole, and this is why I'm here today, basically. So without Dark Kefka, I wouldn't be here. I need to state that he's an amazing Final Fantasy creator who deserves more IMO, but yeah. He ruined my life. No, that's not what I'm saying. Corinthian, stop twisting my words, you fuck. Jesus. To answer your question, Jack, he didn't ask for my. He didn't ask to use my footage, but it's fine. I don't care. I don't mind people using my footage for anything if they need to. But let's go back in. Let's see how the age of innovation is back in GameFAQs. The age of Dark Kefka.
Time. The earliest of these discussion threads that survived was titled No Sphere Grid Dark Anima, and it's the first time several Dark Anima NSG personal bests were documented. Manu Dude reached around 300k damage at one point, which doesn't seem like a lot, but even that amount is something to be proud of given how much luck you need for this challenge. The NSG fight against Dark Anima took an ungodly amount of preparation. Yeah, you had to get your equipment up to snuff, but grinding out all of the Aeon stats to what's required at a minimum would take
I had no
hundreds of
PB,
hours.
I had no damage
Strength
calc.
spheres would be farmed to increase HP and attack damage, mana spheres for MP, speed spheres to increase agility for more turns, and finally fortune spheres for luck, increasing your chance of critical hits. What's even crazier about this grind is the more you increase a stat, the more spheres it takes for the next stat increase. Imagine doing this for HP and agility on 5 Aeons, then having to get high HP, max strength, defense, agility, and luck on the Magus Sisters.
It takes a fucking long time, chat room.
To increase the luck stat for Aeons in this game. You need to get fortune spheres, and the best way to grind for those is from the Earth Eater in the monster arena. Thankfully, The community figured out they didn't need to completely max out stats to take on Dark Anima, since everything after a certain point didn't matter due to pain meaning instant death. Another huge thing challengers realized was that it was worth mostly using the Magus Sisters over the party for dealing damage. Overall, you'll get more turns and damage from the sisters.
Oh no,
even
this
with
is
your
like my
outcomes
first
coming
ever
down to
fight.
sheer luck.
I didn't crit, man. I didn't crit. This is like from my first ever fight, I believe.
Get Cindy to keep casting auto life.
This is
And Mindy to
crazy.
fire off Passido, dealing over 100,000 damage a pop.
Manually
Around
typing
this
into the
time,
calc. It's
Another
taking me
challenge
back,
runner
man.
by the name of XIII shared a strat to get more out of auto life on the party when using Hyper Mighty G. It turns out, plus magic abilities on the weapon of whoever casts auto life increases the potency of the revive. Normally, you get revived with only 25% of your max HP, which can leave you vulnerable to a Mega Graviton death, but this was a game changer, and combined with auto regen on character armor, this helped out a lot. Auto potion was also considered on some characters instead of auto regen, giving additional healing coverage after a Mega Graviton. When Clink was doing attempts back in the early days, he claimed just over 2 million damage before putting the challenge down. Still, not even this was the record as of 2008. Blitzace actually held this title with an incredible 3.5 million damage claimed on his best attempt. This showed the power of the Magus Sisters when they cooperated, and even if a win was unlikely,
That was back in
it
2008
wasn't
as
impossible
well,
if someone
man.
kept working at it.
Crazy.
One thing that was a huge deal in extending attempts was understanding how characters would take turns in battle. The conditional
Yes.
turn battle system is what FF10 uses to determine who takes a turn in what order, and the mechanics are surprisingly complex. Each party and monster has a base CTB value that's derived from their agility. The higher the agility, the lower this base value. From the start of the battle, after your initial value is assigned, the game reduces everyone's CTB until someone hits 0. When that happens, it becomes that person's turn. Another important thing to note here is if you have first strike on a weapon, your initial CTB value is automatically set to 0 for the first turn. When you attack or perform any other action, it increases your CTB value back up to a certain point. This is based on the delay or rank value of that action. Some actions have lower recovery time, like Quick Hit, while others have higher recovery time, such as overdrives. What happens is the character's base CTB value is multiplied by the used action's rank, and it will put you at that point in the turn order. If that value is lower than what the enemy has, you can get another turn before the enemy.
That's fucking
Your
right.
CTB value can also be modified
Yo, Pandora
mid-turn with
Jane!
haste and slow
The goat!
abilities. Haste will divide your current CTB value by half.
Current
when
world
active,
record holder
effectively doubling your
on
turn
console.
count. This
Almost
also
got
sheds
the
some light on other
almost got
mechanics
the dub.
involving CTB that we have to be aware of. When a character is revived, their CTB value is always set to their base times 3, regardless if they're hasted or slowed. The delay mechanic is also why you'll see players change their equipment sometimes during battle, since that action has a rank of 1, setting your CTB value to its base. It's these things and more that help the community determine things like how many turns the party could get before an Oblivion, or when Yuna could get her next summon in. However, the challenge threads as a whole lean more towards popular categories, including the iconic NSG, NS, NC, NO, NE, NNE, and BB challenge that I made a history video on a couple years ago. Going into spring of 2008, it didn't look like any newer challengers were ready to take on Dark Anima, and community veterans weren't making any progress, but someone new to the NSG challenge thread would make their first post, and his name was Burke Ice.
AKA Dan Squag himself, the legend himself.
Burke, also more famously known as Dan's Go 8, was already aware of the many challenges that FF10 had to offer. This was his favorite game, and the Dark Anima NSG challenge was just the thing he was looking for. He wanted to be the first one to beat this boss, so in summer of 2007, this 15-year-old FF10 enthusiast got to work.
Only
and considering
15,
he'd never done an
holy
NSG
crap.
challenge before, he was in for the grind of a lifetime. In 2008, Burke started asking questions about the Earth Eater fight and other general questions about the Dark Anima grind, and it turned out he was very knowledgeable about the game despite being new to the forum. By 2009, he was at the point where he could use Anima to beat the Dark Aeons, documenting his clears as he achieved them. One by one they fell, and after 340 hours of playtime, it was finally time for him to start grinding out the Magus Sister's stats. This was the second barrier before actually fighting Dark Anima, but he was determined, and after only 3 months,
I believe this is my footage again from my Aeon
man got bored of the grind and moved on to fighting NSG Shinryu. Which, by the way, I also have a video covering that challenge. You should go watch it after this one. Thanks. Taking hundreds, if not thousands of hours to even reach the point of fighting a boss can be exhausting, even for the most determined of players. Between that and going to university starting in 2009, it was easier to focus on a grind that he was already prepared for with attempts that were considerably shorter than a Dark Anima fight. Still, it didn't stop Burke from trying again in 2010, and it seemed like he was making a good amount of progress on his stats. His sisters were pretty much good to go outside of agility, luck, and MP. However, even with all of his progress, he was at least another year or two away from even thinking about doing attempts against Dark Anima. Burke spent a total of 3 years leveling his aeons to somewhat be ready for Dark Anima, and it was at this point he realized something important. Why would he waste more time grinding out his stats when he can just attempt the fight with a file that already had them? This was a valid question, and honestly not that controversial. You see, several community members got to the point where they didn't bother increasing stats manually anymore. Burke ended up discovering FFX around this time, a program that let you modify various parts of your save file. Given that Burke already had over 1,000 hours on his save file and increasingly limited time due to his university studies, he decided to get the stats needed for his aeons and strictly focus on beating Dark Anima. While there were some naysayers, people on the GameFAQs forum were mostly supportive and pushed Burke to continue his attempts.
Yeah,
Burke also worked on testing
grinding is
and
cringe,
strategies
cheating
he
is
came up with
based.
for the fight. These weren't anything huge, mainly just small changes to help survivability.
As a wise
man
man
to have
once said.
Sandy and Mindy at 9,999 HP to get as much out of full life as he could, and Cindy to have lower HP to benefit from Prey, which restores some HP to the party at no MP cost. For regular party members, Burke had an idea from a YouTube comment to give Yuna auto potion and auto regen to help her survive if Dark Anima did multiple Mega Gravitons in a row. This was big because before then, if you got hit with 2 in a row, your run was over. Burke would take these strats into future runs, and it wasn't long before he got back into the swing of things. He actually was doing attempts off and on during the spring of 2011 and was trying to get a few more in before an exam coming up in the next week. An hour and a half after Burke shared he was doing attempts, he came back with a post that he was at nearly 4 million damage into the fight. This was the halfway point, and further than anyone else had gotten before then. The likelihood of anyone reaching this point is incredibly slim.
the taking a break cringe.
Go wrong with turn order, party members dying,
and then into Posada. I'd love to see it.
Getting any measurable damage already takes a lot of luck, but getting 4 million? This was a once-in-a-lifetime run, even if it didn't finish. Burke was beside himself at this point.
Yeah, let me just say, like, getting 4 million is actually quite an achievement, man. Like, I've only had, like, I'd say maybe 10 to 15, maybe 20 at a push, like 4 million runs. Obviously, Pandora actually has a spreadsheet and has a detailed spreadsheet of like how many attempts do get to like 4 million, etc. Like she has put in the work and actually made like a documentation, which is great. I have exactly 10. There you go. I have exactly 10, at least on stream. That's crazy. So yeah, getting 4 mil is not an easy feat at all. Like getting a 4 mil run is actually kind of blessed. And then you still need to do the other 4 million damage afterwards. So yeah, it's crazy how far you need to go and how things can just get fucked immediately. So yeah. Let's keep going.
He knew his luck was insane and was both excited and nervous about what was to come next. Still, he would continue the fight and hope that Dark Anima would give him the win. Soon he reached 5 million, then 6 million, 7 million, and finally, on May 17th, 2011, it happened.
crazy. The goated run of a lifetime. Unfortunately, no like commentary
the fight
back
didn't
then.
get off to a great start, with Dark Anima targeting Sandy instantly. Thankfully, Cindy had an auto life on Sandy, and the very next turn, Sandy used haste on Cindy. Getting a haste is already a difficult task, let alone getting it on a character that matters. Even better, Sandy responded to the one more time command, casting haste again on herself, and finally on Mindy. For the regular party, Anima was very nice, hitting Waka with single target attacks instead of the other party members. When Anima decided to use Mega Graviton, it was mostly when the Magus sisters weren't out. Burke also got lucky with Yuna not dying when Hyper Mighty Guard wasn't up and Anima had a turn, and was able to catch when he needed to switch Riku out for Titus to manipulate an earlier turn for Riku. In the same vein, there are some scenarios where summoning an Aeon is better than using HMG since there's less turn delay, but it's really dependent on how close Dark Anima is to using her overdrive. Another strategy when Yuna is constantly being targeted is to use Trio of 9999 and get damage in with Waka, as long as Dark Anima's overdrive gauge is at a safe spot. This accounts for another 100,000 damage, so it helps move the fight along when you can't summon the sisters. However, this is a dangerous situation to be in, and if every party member dies at some point, there's no way to survive Oblivion, ending the attempt. Burke actually had to deal with this in his clear. Starting at the 46-minute mark, he only summoned the sisters twice over the next 30 minutes. Because he was stuck with the regular party, there were many instances where Yuna and Riku had to survive several turns in a row for the run to work out. In some cases, he'd switch out one of the characters for Titus to do a rank 1 action, pushing his CTB just enough to give Riku or Yuna an earlier next turn. This helped a little bit, but with party members dying a ton, there's a chance you'll run out of Phoenix Downs before the end of the fight, like Burke almost did during his attempt, going from 76 to 17 by the time it was all over. There were a ton of close calls,
17 Phoenix Downs left
with
the clear as well. It's crazy.
The community was in awe, with all the active FF10 challenge players congratulating Burke on his win.
I still can't believe it, and I've watched that video like 10 times.
But the likelihood of any of them getting the win was extremely low. Still, he was able to pull it off, and Burke could finally move on to other challenges without this one lingering on his mind. However, this wasn't the end of this challenge's story. In fact, this was just the end of one era and the beginning of a new one.
Let's go, it's time for the modern era, baby.
The first clear usually ends up causing the floodgates to open, motivating older community members and bringing in new ones. While Burke is still the only person to ever beat Dark Anima NSG, there's some people who have come extremely close. While the chapter on the first Dark Anima NSG clear has closed, huge progress has been made in the 15 years since Burke's groundbreaking achievement. Around October of 2016, a new runner by the name of Adamant13 started an NSG
That's me.
run,
I wish I had a better
and by 2017,
profile picture.
he was able to beat all the Dark Aeons except for Dark Anima. He wanted to do the full grind and fight the boss on that file, but Adamants had no idea what he was getting into.
True.
He did grinding against the Earth Eater for 2.5 years before he got the luck needed to regularly get critical hits against Dark Anima.
True.
But thankfully, part of this grind was made easier due to using the HD remaster of the game and having a save transfer onto his PlayStation Vita.
Hell yeah, the PS Vita, baby!
After a few test attempts in 2019, and realizing he didn't have enough luck to fight Dark Anima, he grinded a little bit more, and in April of 2020, Adamance was finally done raising his stats and could focus on the actual fight. Over the course of his run, he used some different strategies than Burke, one of which had a major impact on how Yuna was set up for the fight. Normally, Yuna would have auto haste, auto regen, auto potion, and ribbon on her armor. Longtime FF10 challenge community member Crystarium suggested that instead of using auto haste, you could instead put on Auto Phoenix and have Riku use a Chocobo Feather as a haste source. Remember what I said about your CTB value always being your base times 3 when being revived, no matter if you're hasted or not? You can get around this by not being hasted when...
Yeah, so as Sweelman has stated, without Crystarium's help, I would have never discovered this feather strap, by the way. I love this strat, and I feel like it's got me out of so many jams. But without Caribbean's help, I would have never discovered this, and I'd still be doing Burke's strat. Because back when I first started, Burke's run, his clear, and the no sphere grid, I think Hypofan made, or Zanzan Modo, I can't remember which one, made a little what you expect you want to happen on game facts, but basically just said you might as well just not do it and just Zamato. So, yeah. I would still be doing OG strats from Burke's run if it wasn't for carry, so 10,000 cheers for carry to even mention the feather strat. To be fair, it took me a while to actually lock in with the feather strat. Like, I was kind of like, it kind of works, it kind of doesn't. But after a while, I was like, yeah, this definitely works. It's definitely got me out of so many jams. But of course, I say that, and I still haven't won the fight, so... Yeah, I grinded a little bit more than hundreds of hours later. It's probably like another 1,000, 1,500 hours at this point. Thanks to the Vita just being away from my computer. Shout out to the Vita, which is charging downstairs. I'll show it right now, but it's charging downstairs. Yeah, exactly. More options in the fight is always nice, and being locked into one strat that still is luck-based. How much of a difference does it make? I mean, it might be placebo, to be honest, but as Sweelman's about to explain, it raises the Yuna's turn, like it basically halves Yuna's delay when she dies. So instead of 4 turns, it's actually 2, and as long as you get good luck with Dark Anima and not actually dying constantly, it's just like more survival, more chances to summon, and the more chances to summon, the more chances we do to get more damage, so. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue. There's only 4 minutes left, so we're almost done with the react. To be fair, I didn't really need to add much to the react, to be honest. It's kind of just... the doctor has said everything that needs to be said, to be fair. And he's done a fantastic job so far, but let's finish the last 4 minutes and, yeah.
Revived, then applying the haste effect after, cutting your current CTB value in half. This was huge, taking Yuna's 4-turn recovery time and changing it to 2 turns. Then, by putting Auto Potion instead of Auto Phoenix on Riku, this ensured Riku and Yuna didn't die to Mega Graviton after being revived by Auto Life. This has some drawbacks, like not being able to mix Trio to get extra damage from Waka. Since you now have to use Riku's turn to haste Yuna, or go for the HMG and summon like all runs currently do, there's not much room for the regular party to do anything else. It's not clear if this strategy is better or not, but overall it creates another layer of survivability with the roulette that is Dark Anima. Adamance is still doing attempts to this day, with over
sure am, baby.
hours documented so far, and his personal best sitting at 5.65 million damage. Another challenger by the name of Pandora Jane already had a lot of experience with speedrunning NSG Dark Aeon fights.
The real goat with RNG manipulation.
NSG challenge. She actually plays on the international PS2 version of the game with over 2,000 hours on her manual grind save file. Compared to Adamance, she's used the more traditional method to take on NSG Dark Anima, but more recently got into how RNG manipulation could get her a clear. Putting it extremely simply, all of FF10's random events are driven by a random number generator system. There's 68 different RNG numbers that are used for many things in the game. The numbers that are randomly rolled for these progress based on a set seed that's created when...
This 68 RNG values only matter to the HD remaster, where the PS2 version has basically millions, apparently. So technically it's even harder to do on a PS2 than the HD remaster. But still, everything just needs to go right. Like, everything just needs to go right to actually get the dub. And also, I'm not sure if Sweelman will say, but Pandora also went into using the RNG manipulation, and actually on HD Remaster has found like 15 different seeds that can grant you a haste off the rip, basically, as long as certain conditions are met, and as long as you click those certain buttons in order, you should get a haste on someone in the first like 6 to 8 turns, assuming Dark Anima cooperates. Basically, it's still Dark Anima controls the fight no matter what, but HD Remaster, you're able to get a haste seed a lot more easier. On PS2, there is no like seed she can just randomly generate. Like every seed she gets is like completely random. So yeah, for her, the PS2, the international PS2, is actually technically harder than the HD Remaster. Plus, the HD Remaster, I have access to a PS Vita to actually grind on the fly, where she still has to stay at the console and grind on the console. So technically, I have it kind of easier than she does, and she's got a better PB than I do. So there you go. Anyway, let's crack on.
You hit new game and is tied to that save file. This means that RNG in the game is predictable and can be tracked. In this case, Jane wants to manipulate outcomes within the Dark Anima fight, so values like RNG2 and RNG4 would need to be tracked. RNG2 would be used to track what attacks Dark Anima would use, but because it's constantly changing in encounters, likely due to character idle animations, it's impossible for a human to manipulate over a long period of time. RNG4 is used for several things, but for the Dark Anima fight, it's used in both Dark Anima targeting and the Magus Sisters commands. These are much easier to track since RNG4 updates when each action is taken. Over the last several years, an RNG tracker was developed by GreyFox96 with the help of many community members to help speedrunners RNG manipulate their attempts for preferable outcomes, and it was no surprise that Jane wanted to see if this could be used for Dark Anima. She's still working on this as of the writing of this video, approaching the Dark Anima
there it
in a fresh
is.
and new way.
There it
Her
is. The
personal best
goated
overall is 7.3 million damage, which
sub
she achieved while I
7
was
mil,
writing this
man.
video on April 5th of 2026, and
She was
she's
so
not going to
close.
stop until she
But
gets
yes,
her
so
win.
far.
Someone by the name of Silo is also working on
Silo,
RNG Manip,
let's
but their
go!
claim to fame is beating Dark Anima NSG with a mod that lets you fully control the Magus Sisters. Developed by Crystarium, it does exactly what it says, allowing you to access all the individual actions within each command, letting you manually target and use them without fail. It doesn't make the fight free, but given you can guarantee haste and auto life on all sisters without fail, the only complications come from attacks on the regular party. With that all being said, the story of Dark Anima's No Sphere Grid challenge is still being told. From the early days of Clink documenting strategies and laying the groundwork for years to come, then the grinds that would happen as a result, leading to Burke's first clear of Dark Anima NSG, to the latest generation of runners, each using new ways to push ever closer to completing a challenge that many thought would take a lifetime to do. The fight against this boss is far from finished, so please go watch everyone who is continuing to take on this boss. I left their channel links in the description. Also, a huge thanks to everyone who helped me research this video. Their names are on the screen, so please take a moment to appreciate
Thank you, Dr. Sweelman,
really,
for
really cool.
allowing us
As for
to
you all,
help
stay
you
hydrated,
make
folks,
this
and thank
beautiful
you all
video.
so much for watching.
What a great video, as always. Dropping gold as usual. Sweelman never misses a beat, man. His videos are so great. I love his videos. Holy. Alright. That was it. That was done. Great video. I'm so happy that I even got, well, acknowledged. Well, we all got acknowledged and helped sort of create this. He did all the legwork. We just provided him info, but yeah, fantastic video as always. I love his videos. If you guys haven't liked and subbed to him, do. He makes great content, great documentaries. Please. We were all the protagonists in the video. We were the protagonists of the video. It felt cool to be acknowledged of it, though. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Yo, NG Plus, welcome in, man. Thanks. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, I got a lot more representation than I thought, to be honest. Not gonna lie. I didn't obviously. Let me put some music on. Hold on. What do we want to put on? Okay. Let me just turn it down slightly. Okay. Yeah, I was actually surprised that I got so much representation, to be honest. Like, a lot of that footage was mine, which is great. But I guess I do have, like, more footage of Dark Anima than literally anyone on YouTube, so I guess that kind of makes sense as well. But yeah, that was a really fun reaction to do, and to have you guys there and sort of just like explain sort of certain things. But I really didn't need to explain anything. He did such a good job at explaining pretty much everything. I don't know if there's anything I really need to add to it. He done such a great job with that video. And the protagonists now need to finish the fight somehow. Allow me to crack open a beer. Cheers. That was a really fun vid to actually comment, because obviously I have so much hours and so much to talk about with that video as well, so it resonated with me, and it just I didn't need to react to it because he did say everything he needed to say, and there's not really much I need to add. But yeah, that was really fun. I hope I did a good reaction to it. Like, I'm not really good at. Obviously, that's not my first reaction video I've ever did, so I don't know exactly how well that really transpired, but you know. It was just for funsies. I'm not making a video out of it. But yeah, it was just fun. It was quite fun to do, to be fair. I get why people do it now. Call me crazy. Pandora got DA down to under a mil. Dance Quick was on PS2, well, / emulator. Are you sure that RNG isn't slightly worse on HD? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I was saying that it was slightly easier, like, to get HD haste seat minutes. Like, let me show you real quick. Like this right here. This right here. Let me zoom in, I guess. Like this stuff right here. Pandora made using an RNG tracker, and like from the very start of the fight, from a hard reset, if one of these things happen when you click the button, you can literally follow the line, and as long as the line happens, and you know who Adam is going to be targeting. Again, Pandora made this with the RNG tracker. You can get a haste seed really quickly, but that doesn't mean that it means an auto win, because a lot of the time, even with a haste seed, Anima can still just wipe you with double gravity. Like, double gravity off the rip is basically an instant wipe, usually. So, she really needs to play ball as well as get the haste seed. So, yeah. Yeah, we got the same PB, and your actual PB was with a RNG manipulation. But still very impressive that you can still RNG manip all the way down to the last million. But the odds, like you say, is probably very similar. I got two. How have I got two going? Oh god, I see. I see. On this one, I didn't realize my game audio was on. Professional streamer, by the way. Nah, I'm not a professional singer. But yeah. That's pretty much it. Now I'm just gonna be chilling till I'm pretty tired, hopefully. Oh, I haven't changed this either. I'm all out of sync. I'm all out of sync, man. Chill until you get the win tonight. I would love to get the win right after seeing that video, but I don't know how. I don't know if that is actually correct. Don't know if I got the Pasado. Let's just do like 3 physicals, maybe. Drip drop, welcome in. Auto life doesn't exist, as usual. Okay, cool. Auto life does not exist, chat room. Well, it's a good thing I got shells up, because Cynthia's gonna die, though. Okay, cool. This is probably just a wipe, right? It's crazy. Kills Mindy, right? Oh, I'm surprised. Though I hate this attempt, so I'm gonna reset. Yeah, her under a mil run was crazy. I don't know if you watched it in full NG, but the whole run was like 4.5 hours long. I watched on my day off, my only day off, like a couple weeks ago. And that was before that she made the edited versions. So. I was there live actually, and then I had to pass out around the 3.5 million left. And then I woke up to Discord with her being like, "Oh, this happened," and I thought she spent like 27 rounds with only doing 1 million damage. Oh yeah, I stated about the double cast, right? Without you in the moment you forgot about the double cast strat to do the final 10%. And then you're like, oh god, you're a genius. The one time I felt like I was a genius. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna do probably some clown runs, probably be in Reset City for like another hour, and then just call it, come back tomorrow a little bit more fresh, because I am actually exhausted, if you can believe it. I've been awake since like 3 AM this morning, and it's currently 7 PM, so definitely need to sleep very soon. Because, yeah, if you can believe it, this fight is very, very exhausting to play sometimes. Especially when Sandy's not cooperating. And that's a GG, right? Yeah. Oh, wait. Is this a haste for the Lamels? Yeah, no sure. I unironically would have continued if that was a haste though. That video was so good. Like, I do this sometimes. I see like a new video drop on YouTube, and I find it so interesting and entertaining that I go back and watch it again at some point, and I honestly might just once I do end stream later, literally just rewatch it. Oh, cool, the take a break strats. Yeah. Oh my god, Sandy, please. What is the point Like, times like this, it's just like, what is the point, man? GG for sure. How did y'all find the Sweelman video? You guys find it insane, interesting? How can you not like it? I love the fact that in his I didn't check the comments section, but usually in his comment section is like this is like the 6th time you've done a Final Fantasy X video, oh man. That ongoing joke is quite funny. I was in the know about it on like other vids. I mean, yeah, it's a bit different when you know about it, right? Like you've watched enough of my streams to know most of that knowledge. But it was cool to see the predecessors, the people before Burke, before myself, that the before times, the whole history behind it. It was a really fun video. And the legend himself, Burke, by the way, it only took him like 4 months to actually beat Dark Anima in the summer. In the summer while he was before he's going to uni or during uni. Absolutely crazy. I'm not vibing with this attempt. I guess that's why he's built different, I guess. I had a really go run earlier, so I doubt I'm gonna get anything here. We're just vibing. Order. Could be a hayseed, if I remember. It could be a hayseed potential, if I remember correctly. But we're just vibing for now. Getting gravity again would be pretty cringe though, let's be real. The double gravity. Back to Reset City, baby. Reset City's a bitch. After watching that that video, it kind of makes me want to get my PS2 out. not to do like grind again for Dark Anima, but to try and do the Ultimate No Sphere Grid on PS2, like to see how you're supposed to do it without boosters and turbo. no autosave. Because that run was actually really fun. I enjoyed that run a lot, despite the grind. Just love punishing myself. Apparently so, man. If I don't do it, who's gonna do it? Dark Anima? Locked in my purgatory as always. I was actually trying to look for a haste there. Can leave it. Okay, good luck. Reset City really does be a bitch, huh? I didn't realize how tired I was, especially after that react. It might be best if I see how this goes, but probably call it a night actually, and then just come back better tomorrow, and then we can like do a good 3-4 hour, maybe, well, depending on when I stream, like 3 to 5 hour session of Dark Anima attempts tomorrow. Because obviously, unless this is it. Because I didn't realize how tired and exhausted I really was. So I was just breathing just then. Breathing out loud. Oh, the song's a banger. Big films. Cindy. Comes the pain, Sandy. That's fine. Get full life here with cooking, maybe. Halfway. Course. my girlfriend okay downstairs? She's like banging around. I should probably investigate. Nolo is turbo ass. Well, that's not auto life. And that is not haste. Not by a long shot. God, haste just doesn't exist, chat. Gravity does, though. Goodbye. Alright, yeah. Alright, I feel like health-wise, I should probably call it a night, honestly. And then we'll come back stronger and do a longer stream and do more attempts tomorrow. We had a good attempt before the react. We had a fun time reacting to the react. The Sweelman video, beautiful video, loved it. Love to see it. I didn't realize I'd be in it so much. he showed my face a dick ton. But I appreciate the notoriety, I guess. I can't not be appreciative of the advertisement, I guess. So yeah, I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here so I can get a good night's sleep, and then we'll come back stronger, more healthy, and I got work tomorrow, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad, and hopefully I get home earlier, because my second chef normally gives me a lift home, thankfully, on the weekend. We finish at the same time, so it gives me a lift home. So yeah. Should be cool. Should be able to stream from, say, 3 PM-ish tomorrow, and we can do like a good like 3 to 5 hour stream, depending on how I'm feeling and stuff. It like sounds pretty good, right? All right. Those in chat, those just lurking, appreciate you hanging out as always. Love you. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Dark Anima. Gonna be a long one tomorrow. Hopefully a good time. Hopefully a long one tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't destroy my mental too much, because being Reset City does destroy my mental. Alright. Cheers everyone. Love you guys. I'll see you next time tomorrow. Bye bye for now.